Hello friends, in this presentation we'll solve a GATE previous year's question. The concept involved in this question is functions and static variable. So actually they have given four options and they have not mentioned main method. So we have to assume that there is a function call for this function called f. There is a call in the main method, and there are options are given in the way that j is assumed to be 50. J value is assumed to be 50. So if you observe, the options are: the function returns 0 for all values of j, the function prints the string for all values of j, or function returns 0 for j equal to 50, or function will exhaust the runtime stack or run into an infinite loop when j equal to 50. The function prints the string. That means whether the function each and every time will it print something will be printed for any value of j? No, because if any value of j, for example j equal to I equal to 50 here, if I take 49, this condition would not be satisfied. If j is 49 other than 50, if j other than 50, something will not be printed. So you can directly eliminate option B, and option A, coming to option A, the function returns 0 for all values of j. See, how will the function will return 0 for all values of j? For example, if j is 50, assume if j is 50, 50 equal to 50 is true, then this will be printed, and again below that there is recursive call to the same function. How will it can able to return 0? So option A is also eliminated. Okay, now if you see, assume j equal to 50, so I have called function f with 50 as the argument. Now control goes to the function f int f of int j. Now currently the j value is 50 and it is a static variable here. Static variable means even if the function is called again, it will not create a new variable I. Even if there is a separate declaration, it will not create a new variable I. It will recharge with the existing value. That is what static mean. And we have variable k, integer of integer type. I equal to j. I is 50 and j is also 50 as we have assumed, and it returns true. As it is returns true, something will be printed. Now k equal to f of I, k equal to f of I, f of I in the sense f of 50. Now it is a recursive call, that is the same function is been called again and again, and int of j value is also 50, that is j value also will become 50 because of this f of 50 call. Again I value will be obviously 50, it will not change. Now I equal to j, yes, 50 equal to 50 is true, and again it will return true. Now it will print this something, and again k equal to f of I. So again I value is still 50, right? Each and every time I value is being 50 only. I is not updated and j is not updated. And if you call f of 50 again, the same will happen. I will be 50, k will be initialized, and I equal to j, 50 equal to 50, it will return true, and again it will print something, and again it will. So now you can understand that it is an infinite loop. So option D seems appropriate. Okay, because there is no scope for I and j to be modified. So the same function is called again and again, and it will never return anything for the value j equal to 50. So if you see other options, if you see option C, the function returns 0 for j equal to 50. Function cannot return 0 for j equal to 50, because if j equal to 50, it will be a recursive call. Whenever there is a recursive call, the below statements will be skipped in that particular iteration. That's why option C is also not correct. So option D, the function will exhaust runtime stack or run into an infinite loop when j equal to 50, makes more sense. So option D is the correct answer for this question. So let me compile this program for you. Okay friends, that's it for now. Thank you for watching this presentation. See you in the next presentation.